Okay. It feels like an absolute age since I've actually set up the camera and decided to do a whole full day's or a couple of days worth of work. Things have been absolutely nuts, which is why my last few videos have been pretty choppy. I'll do a whole other video about that in the future. But for those who don't know, I'm converting a U-Haul into a RV. So it's a box truck conversion. It's been chaotic for the past month since getting rid of all of my stuff, putting it into here or in storage, and then trying to build as I go. Been nuts. So today I am starting the process of getting my AC mini split attached to the back wall. I'm nervous, I'm very nervous, but here's my plan. My back wall has 1/2-inch plywood on the outside. It has a bunch of framing and braces and stuff to make it solid. And then it's going to have another 1/2-inch plywood on the interior, which should make it sturdy AF. Doesn't make me less nervous though. So the plan today is that I'm going to, at the very least, attach the bracket to it. And the way that I'm going to do it is, hopefully, with 3/8 diameter carriage bolts, long enough to go through the bracket, through the first 1/2-inch ply, through the 2x2, through the other 1/2-inch ply. I'm nervous about the depth now. Then a washer to spread the load and the nut on the end. So in theory, that's 3.5 inches. So it should be solid on there. The actual mini split outside unit will have rubber feet to help the vibrations, and it has like pretty big bolts to hold it onto the bracket. In planning the mini split AC, the original idea, if you look back to my design video, was that I was going to have the mini split put on the outside, and the head unit was going to be by the grandma's attic, and the grandma's attic was going to be storage, and the bed was going to be attached here. Because I have zero experience with this, I'm starting to think that that was maybe a little bit ambitious for having the bed coming down. It's not that I can't do it, it's just that I think it's going to be multiple days, a lot of messing around, and struggling. So I'm going to put the head unit of the mini split on the back wall, on the same back wall that the outdoor unit is being used on, and having my bed up in the grandma's attic, at least for a few months until I have the space and time to redesign the bed. And then I can always move the head unit if I need to. So that is what I think I'm going to do. Ultimately, this channel is called The Simple Box because I want it to be simple. And every chance I get to overcomplicate it, I want to dial it back and be like, what is the simplest way of getting this 80% done? So that is my thinking. So, mount the bracket today, putting the plywood on the interior, and then tomorrow having the whole day to put the lines in and connect it to the electric, etc. Let's see how the day pans out. I just cut my back wall panel. I have my brackets together. I'm doing them on the inside for now and double checking on the outside how they're going to look. Definitely sticks out further than I'd like, but what I'm doing is from this top beam down, first hole is going to be 14 inches down, And then the next one is going to be 22.5. Yes, 22.5, which will land here. Yeah, so that there, and then same on the other side. That way I can put the bolt through everything, including the 1/2 inch board. I don't care about the ugliness of having 4 bolts on the wall. I'd rather have that and it be secure. That is what I'm going to do. Yes. So the mistake I made is I measured this as 45. However, this is actually the frame for the door. So all the holes are slightly too far to the right, but that's okay. I can take off just under 1.5 inches on the left side of the panel I made, and it should all line up. Essentially fixable. I panicked for a second though. Let's take off 1.5 inches and retry. Okay, so the holes pretty much line up. What I'm going to do now is, this is nice paneling. I wish I'd used this everywhere. I'm going to screw it in. I'm going to go back to those holes and I'm going to drill through those holes. Is what I'm going to do, because those holes are 100% accurate and I can always just adjust these ones. Damn, I really like this paneling. I really wish that I had used it everywhere. Man. Those of you who have a sharp eye may be able to tell that the bracket on the right is ever so slightly lower than the one on the left. I didn't notice until I put the mini split external unit up and drove around with it. And I'm definitely going to be talking about this in future episodes. I have 4 bolts sticking through, holding the thingy on. This is going to help distribute the weight. These washers, I think they're called fender washers, I think they call them. And then I've got these nuts, and I have thread lock to make sure these nuts do not come loose. So the first thing I need to do is get this wall on, I guess. So let's do that. I'm still so nervous about this whole process. Okay, so there is one. I'm not going to go right first time, but I probably can't do it this way at all, to be honest. Fuck me. Okay, 2 through. Shit. 3 through. Okay. 3 through. honestly, I am pretty happy with that result. I did not think it was going to go that easy. So let's take advantage of this before things change. And just get these on for now. And then we'll figure out the rest in a minute. So it's just this one. It's not aligned properly. So what we're gonna do is drill the fuck through it, yo. Have you ever seen such shoddy workmanship? Holy crap. Come on, come on. There we go. It's gotta be it, right? Oh man. Okay. So we now have 4 carriage bolts going through the wall, going through this, which needs to actually be secured to the framing. But these are big old bolts, and these washers should help spread the weight a little bit as well. Obviously I haven't tightened them fully yet, but I feel confident about them now, which is good. And once I get this panel to the wall as well, I mean, they're going through the bolts are 3.5 inches long. It's going through a lot of wood, a lot of rigidity just from this and the other plywood and the framing. So yeah, I feel now confident about it. One thing that is sticking out to me is that this 1/2 inch plywood it's nice. It is very nice. And when I look around at the crappy finishing panel that I have in place, it makes me regret using that, because this is just really, it feels so nice. It's 5 times better. 5 times better. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop talking. So let's fix this. Fix this to our framing. Man, this is so much better paneling. Oh man, I feel so dumb for not doing this in the first place. Okay, so this is top one, can definitely be pulled in a bit more, I think. That is definitely bolted on. It is not going anywhere. Once I get these on and get some thread lock on them, then I think we're in a good place. But yeah, I'm definitely nervous about this. It's hard not to be. I'm sure once I get it on, I'm just going to forget about it because it's going to be fine. But yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some other jobs. I've also got to tidy up a bit as well. But yeah, phase 1 of getting the mini split on is done. Still nervous about this measurement. Maybe that's what I'm going to do next, is just double check pipes wise. Because yeah, that doesn't look like a lot of room there. Fucking hell. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, this is now officially day 2. I did the nerve-wracking thing. This is the second half of the nerve-wracking thing. Putting this unit on the brackets outside. I'm a little bit nervous. I've got to do it by myself. Yeah, this is it. It's pretty heavy. I don't know how heavy. I don't know, probably 60, 70. I have varying confidence on whether it's gonna be okay on there. We're gonna find out. We have these vibration plates to go on the feet to dampen the vibrations. I'm gonna be putting thread lock on all of them to make sure that everything is all good. And yeah, because I don't want the threads to vibrate off. And I will be checking them as part of my maintenance routine periodically to make sure that they're all okay. The one thing I don't like is the fact that they gave me the exact amount that you need. They didn't give any spares, which I really hate, because this stuff is pennies to give extras just in case they go missing or whatever. Okay, so that is my pack of things to do. I think I'm putting off the inevitable. Let's go. So right now, at least I know it holds the weight, and there's some space for the pipes and the electrics, but I need to add the vibration plates. So I've just put in the bolts loosely for now, and then I'm going to take off my gloves and individually add in the vibration plates in order to fully tie it up. Yeah, I'm still nervous, still nervous. So one thing I've learned is that bolts vibrate and loosen over time. So what I'm doing now is I'm securing the bolts with this thread locker glue. The reason why I got this is because this is removable. They have a red version which is a permanent bond, which means that you can't open it at all. You have to literally like heat it up and all this sort of stuff. This at least is removable, but it does basically the same job. But it means that you can remove it with hand tools, but it still prevents against it coming loose randomly with vibrations. So that is what I'm going to add to all of these bolts, because I don't fucking want this thing falling off ever, unless I take it off. So that's what I'm going to do now. So that's the outside bolts thread locked. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bracket. And then I'm going to do the inside as well to make sure that they don't come loose either. This is supposed to be fully cured in 24 hours and it's working in 10 minutes. I'm going to leave it for a good couple of hours before I even attempt to drive around in this. I'm still nervous. Like, is it unreasonable for me to be so nervous about having this on the back, despite the fact that other people have done this? Okay. And there we have it. This has been the scariest thing I've been putting off for so long. Now what I need to do is figure out the electrics, the actual coolant refrigerant lines as well. There's a lot to do. But for now, we have it secured on. Look at this thing. This is crazy. This is insane. And that is that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to research the header unit, which I'm fairly certain is going to go here, and all the electronics, and make sure that I'm understanding that correctly while this cures and protects the threads. But I'm going to breathe a big sigh of relief right now because it's done. It's definitely secured in. I can take the weight. That the wall panel is, you know, ridiculously secure. Yeah, it really should be in a good state. It's only 50% done. Time to do other shit. So here's a little reality that I don't know whether many people talk about when it comes to like converting vans and box trucks and schoolies and all that sort of stuff. You know, you see so many videos about them, about people who've done it like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. This is my first time. My original plan was to have the AC unit over the grandma's attic and the bed suspended on a actuator motor coming down here. I could do it, but I really am shifting my thinking now to be like, do you have to do that? As of right now, I just want to get my AC unit in, and I want to get a bed that's just there for 90% of the time. 100% of the time would be great. So that's why I'm shifting my thinking as to like just the positioning of these things. Because it's a choice of spending 2 days on this new bed and AC setup, or a week of like maybe more messiness, ordering, testing, all this sort of stuff. That's the choice that I'm sort of presented with. So yeah, so my header unit is going to go here, which means that I'm not going to install it right now. I will be installing it tomorrow after I have installed my wall. The other thing that I've realized is that, as I mentioned earlier, this wall paneling, this 1/2 inch paneling, I like a lot. And even though I spent money on the other stuff in my office and the kitchen, I think I want all my walls like this, basically. So that's my plan for stage 2 tomorrow, is to get the walls done, get the new walls in, get the head unit fit up, and that means that I can run the lines from my AC head unit across here into the head unit, and the power from the head unit that way, and then the drain line is going to be interesting. I will have to drain. Where can I drain out? I'm going to have to drill a hole in my wall. I have to figure that one out. So that's my plan. So I don't normally do driving videos because I want to concentrate. Plus the noise is pretty terrible, but you're probably getting terrible image quality and terrible sound quality. But I kind of wanted to document it a little bit, because I kind of feel like a little like when I first put my solar panels on, and I was so worried about it, having a journey afterwards. So I kind of just wanted to, I guess, get it on camera. That squeaking, I don't know whether you can hear it on the microphone, but that squeaking that I have is my cabinets. One of them is not screwed in to the wall next to it. So that loose little bit of wood is constantly squeaking. So that is on my to-do list this week, is to screw in that final screw to stop that terrible squeaking when driving. So far so good. It actually feels, sometimes I don't know whether I just invent these things in my head, but it actually feels a little different to drive. I do notice that when there's a different weight distribution in the van, in the truck, I guess, I do feel the van drive differently. because even though I have a fair amount of stuff here, I don't have it at capacity. You know, this is ultimately designed to move a lot of stuff, and even though I have stuff in here, it's not packed to the gills, which is what it would normally be. So adding in a new 100 pounds or so, especially further at the back where there's normally no weight, it feels a little more stable when driving, a little, dare I say, smoother when driving, because maybe there's a bit more balance to it, a little less bounce on the back wheels. So yeah, I'm gonna check my rear camera. I don't know why, it just makes me feel better. I don't see a mini split on there, so that's good. Yeah, I really try not to do too many driving recordings, just because I'm still getting used to driving the truck, and I don't want to be distracted. It's already distracting enough to drive a brand new vehicle on the streets of Houston, let alone a 14,000 pound truck. The one thing I'm excited about in installing the mini split is that the whole temperature of the truck is going to come down, which means that my inverter is going to stop, or going to reduce the amount of times that it runs the fan at full pelt. I'd say once every hour, maybe once every 45 minutes or 35 minutes, the inverter goes at full whack for like 60 seconds, and it's loud. It's like a high-pitched whine. So having the ambient temperature in the truck lower hopefully means that it will stop doing that full fan cycle, or at least minimize it to once every 2 hours. Once every 4 hours would be incredible, because during the night time it can wake me up. Ooh. How your suspension was? I don't like the sound of that. That had a deep rattle to it. Had a deep rattle to that little one. Okay. You get to know the different types of bangs. So you learn a lot of different quirks and sounds of, I guess, your own van, your own stuff, which is pretty interesting. It's something I've not heard anyone sort of speak about before. And we definitely had a springy bang noise that I've not heard before, and I'm hoping it's not the air conditioning unit, because that would be the worst. But we'll see. I also heard a squeaking noise as I turned then. I think I'm just hypersensitive to the sounds that I'm hearing because I've got a new thing and I'm worried about it. Okay, so we parked up, and I'm gonna take you with me while I take a little look. It's still on there. Hasn't really moved. This seems good. This is more for me than you guys. Okay. Just being paranoid. Okay, I'm gonna keep you down low because I got some funny looks from. So yeah, it's survived. I'm happy with that. I'm hoping for more journeys like that. However, I did hear something make a noise in the back, which means that I need to check at some point. Let's take a look in the back. Gonna be honest, I don't know what it was that made the noise. So it couldn't have been something important. The batteries and oh, hold on. Okay. I do need to secure my battery a little bit better. When I say better, I mean I do need to secure my battery. I'm going to get a second one soonish, I think, though, so that's why I haven't pulled the trigger on securing this, but yeah, it does slide, and I should get it put in. I should get it secured. Okay, so yeah, all good so far, and my AC unit is still going, or still attached, so I classify that as a win. So more work tomorrow. So for now, I'm clocking